Hey Cal fans, this is Burke18 with the football film study here on California Golden Blogs, and this week we're looking at TCU's offensive MVP, wide receiver Jalen Reagor. Reagor's gained over 1,000 yards through the air this season, but despite his obvious talent, the Horned Frogs have recently struggled to throw the ball downfield to him, as injuries have forced them to go deep into their quarterback depth chart. Despite this fact, Reagor's turned in 3 monster touchdown plays in the last 2 games, and so in this video, I'm going to look at how he's been able to impact TCU's last 2 games, even when the passing game hasn't been effective. This first play is a pretty normal jailbreak screen to Reagor, who's lined up at the bottom of the screen here. And I've mostly included this to give you a first look at his speed and balance, but the scheme here is also worth talking about. On a screen like this, the offense wants to draw the defensive line as far upfield as they possibly can to create an empty space for the screen. And as we run this play forward, we see the defensive end especially charging hard up the field. Even if we assume that they're able to eliminate the defensive line in this way though, there are still 4 players from the back 7 who could get to the ball and make a tackle here. And so the scheme's a little bit more complicated than just throw the ball to Reagor and hope things work out. When we go back to the pre-snap look, we see that the only way to get 4 blockers to those 4 defenders is to get the center up to this linebacker here. But initially, he's going to have to pass set to draw that defensive tackle upfield, and so this might prevent him from getting to that linebacker before the linebacker can cross the formation. TCU's therefore going to protect the screen to Reagor by running a dual screen. On this play, they'll release the running back out of the backfield to the left on a swing pass, and the quarterback's going to read that 4th player that we need to block. If that 4th player stays in the box, then the quarterback will throw to the running back, and TCU will have 2 blockers to take on 2 defenders on the edge. If the linebacker widens with the running back, however, then he eliminates himself from the play, and TCU only has to worry about 3 remaining defenders on the jailbreak screen, and they can account for them with their slot receiver, right tackle, and right guard. An interesting point here is that on this play, the jailbreak screen doesn't actually work. The interior offensive line isn't successful at drawing the defensive tackles upfield, and so the inside lane that's supposed to be there isn't. And this is where Reagor comes in.
To Reagor. Reagor across the middle, bust one. Reagor still on his feet. There he goes. Jalen to the house, 65 yards.
Here's another way that TCU can get the ball to Reagor without having to throw to him on a traditional passing play. On this pre-snap look, check out TCU's formation. This is a Wildcat set with the running back here taking a direct snap, and to his right, TCU has another running back, an H-back, a tight end, and Reagor. Now this is notable. As a general, though not universal rule, offenses don't like to put 4 skill position players into the short side of the field like this, because there's not that much room for a play to develop with all those guys. When you see something like this, therefore, you should immediately get suspicious, and this is doubly true when Reagor's lined up off the line of scrimmage like this. On this play, TCU's faking a Wildcat power play to the right, and we can see the left guard here pulling as if that's what's going on. Now, when this linebacker sees that pull, he's going to have to react to it. When the guard pulls, what he's really doing is creating another gap on the right side of the formation, and so if the linebacker doesn't respond, then the defense is going to lose their numerical advantage. As we run the play forward, we see not only that linebacker is reacting, but also that the defensive end is crashing down the line in pursuit of the running back, and these 2 facts are going to cause a huge problem because the running back is going to pitch the ball to Reagor on the reverse.
Going to the reverse to Reagor, and Reagor's got a ton of room! He's going to take it all the way! How about that, 37 yards?
On this play, we're seeing something entirely different, with Reagor lined up in the backfield as a running back. Now at this point in football history, everyone's heard of the zone read, but on this play we're seeing something that's related to that, but a little bit different, which is a quarterback counter read. On this play, TCU's pulling their right guard and right tackle to the left side of the formation, and that's going to give them 5 blockers to the left of center, giving them the ability to block these 5 defenders. The only player who could screw up this play, therefore, is this defensive end crashing down the line in pursuit, and so to take care of him, TCU's going to run Reagor straight at that defensive end and turn this into a read play. If the defensive end sits to defend Reagor, then the quarterback's going to keep the ball for himself and follow his 2 pullers on the counter play. If the defensive end crashes down for the quarterback, then he's going to hand it off to Reagor. As we run this play forward, on the edge we see that Oklahoma State defends this pretty poorly, getting over pursuit from one of these 2 defenders, and that's going to open up an inside lane for Reagor to hit turbo and blast off for the touchdown.
Jalen Reagor, you're not going to catch him. Good night, Irene. Touchdown.
All right, that's it for this video. For more on TCU's offense and defense, check out patreon.com/Burke18. But otherwise, I'll be back here next week to break down the bowl game. And so until then, go Bears!